Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review of the Sunjoe electric lawnmower. So this is actually a really nice unit. I originally bought this Black & Decker unit, which I have over there, which kind of doubles as like a weed whacker and a small lawnmower. The problem with that though is that that particular unit has to be plugged in. I had a very small yard in this home. It was almost like probably like a 15-foot by 15-foot space. We had a very small fire pit in the center and really didn't need anything more than that. But as time went on, I found it to be more annoying to have to like plug a wire in to go mow the lawn. And I finally said, you know what, I'm just gonna go buy something a little bit newer. I grew up having gas lawnmowers. My dad was always using the ride-on lawnmower. We even had an additional push lawnmower, and I was very used to doing that as a kid growing up. I'm now in my mid-30s, and I figure with this day and age, batteries have gotten a lot better than what they used to be, so I figured something like an electric lawnmower probably could work well through an entire traditional lawn, something that's not going to be insane in size. And of course, if you're buying a push mower, you probably aren't planning to do a very large lawn to begin with, right? So I wanted to go over some of the features of this. I'll even take it outside. We're in my garage right now. I'll take it outside, we'll do a demo cut and kind of walk through it. So assembly for this was extremely easy. You basically have the actual rods here that you just have to hook in, and there's a couple screws on each side that then go in. If for some reason you ever had to take this apart to put it in storage, something like that, really not too hard. It's just a bolt here on each side. Beyond that, you've got a bag that will actually hold all of your lawn clippings. Pretty straightforward. I'm not going to take it off right now because if I do that while using the camera, I'm probably going to have an impossible time trying to put it back on with one hand. But it's pretty straightforward. You have this, this shroud here that actually clips in on each side, and this holds the back piece where the bag is. If you were to take this up and then remove it, this handle will allow you to pretty much remove some clips that hold it in from this angle here. The bag itself is pretty nice. You got a good amount of storage here. You could probably get, I don't know how much lawn offhand, but a good amount before you're gonna have to empty it. We have a mulch pile in the back, so usually I'll just toss it there. I know some people will, go out and probably just cut a lawn and not even use one of these bags. It was always a hit or miss thing for me, even as a kid. We sometimes used it with the ride-on and sometimes didn't. So kind of preference, but it's really nice that they include this, and it's really not taking up a whole lot of space. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good with this unit. So this particular color, I know looks very sharp right now. This is extremely dirty, as you can see. It's just going to happen as a given. But it's got these nice plastic wheels. I haven't had any issues with them wobbling or feeling unstable. It has the nice blue color all throughout and on the wheels. I believe you can also get this in a nice green color. I decided to go for the blue. I just thought it looked sharp. In terms of functionality, you have this flap which is covered. If you lift this, this will automatically go down on its own. But if you pull this up, you've got a, this is kind of like a key, if you will. If this is not plugged in, then the unit will not work at all. So as like a safety precaution, you could actually take this out, maybe so a child doesn't just come out here and start playing with it, because it is very easy to turn on. You've got a red button that you can push down, and it will give you a status of the battery. So if it was in the first very far right, that would mean we're low, middle, and then green, which it is right now because we've got a full charge. And then to charge the unit, you have your port here. I unfortunately actually lost my charger, but I was able to find a replacement charger for about 20 bucks on Amazon. So expect that if you do lose the charger, unfortunately, you're probably looking at about $20, $30, but I was able to find this aftermarket unit. I've got plugged in over there, and it will reach, it was sitting here where you can see some of the grass trimmings, and it will reach pretty far. So really not a big issue. Probably sit overnight for 24 hours and this thing's good to go. So let's take it out. We'll do a quick demo of actually cutting some grass with it. So honestly, I need to do the whole lawn, but we'll just do a small section here. So pretty straightforward. If you were to pull on this handle, nothing's gonna happen as is. What you have to do is hold down this button, and once you do that, you can now pull this down, and you can hear it's actually running right now. So as you can see, pretty clean cut. I haven't really played around with this too much to go and try to figure out what the height of it is, because obviously with some of these nicer like gas powered mowers you can go in and adjust the height of the blades. I'm not 100% sure if you can actually do that with this, but I imagine that may be an option. Overall though, I mean, if you look here, this is all grass that was not cut, and I just cut this section and comes out pretty clean. It's not, you know, going too deep that I feel like I'm basically ruining grass, right, where I'm gonna have like dead grass. I used the unit on this whole section in my yard, no problem, off probably about a quarter charge. And we have a, you know, a sizable lawn. This is pretty much the remainder of it. It just goes around the side here. And you know, there's a little bit over beyond on a fence that I have to get as well in the front. So not a huge lawn, and I could easily probably do the entire thing off half a charge, just to give you some idea. So overall, really nice unit. I'd say the only con would be, for many of you, you might be thinking, well, you know, I really don't want an electric mower. As you can tell, it literally just sounds like I'm running a vacuum cleaner cutting my lawn. So if that doesn't bother you, you might be someone that, you know, you love the sound of hearing gas or just the smell of it, you know, being out doing the lawn. I can completely understand that. Then this probably isn't for you. If you're just looking for something you can charge up, you don't want to have to deal with priming, pulling a cord, you know, dealing with filling it with gas, and you just want something that's going to work to cut the lawn, then this is definitely a really good, a good option for you.